Right then guys, firstly excuse the messy hair. Just got back from the gym and yeah, this is how I look. Right, got a big test done here, really interesting product test, and it is about this beautiful Milwaukee Fuel M18 15mm throw battery powered polisher. First of all, here's the case study. Mercedes S-Class long wheelbase, absolute monster of a thing. Paint is absolutely horrendous, so this is a really big test. Try this out. Now, normal machines would be my Roops rotary, Roops 15. I've got the 12mm throw duetto. We've got the hybrid. We've got the smaller. We've got the Proxon rotary, and then this new space is obviously for this bad boy. Now, I love the idea of being without the cord, but here's what I'm nervous about. I'm nervous that this is going to really diminish cut as the battery starts to die down. I'm nervous that it's going to be too heavy, that it's going to be unbalanced. You know, when I'm on the panel here, that this is going to want to tip. It feels quite heavy as I'm doing this right now. As I'm holding that feels quite heavy to me. So I'm worried about fatigue with the machine. However, if this machine works out, so I've got two batteries, one is there, and they charge quicker than it takes to discharge them. So it'll be interesting to be unshackled from the cord. Can't wait for that. I want to try out the balance, see what the balance of the machine's like, see what the cut's like. So this is a really big first test. And if this pans out, I mean, luckily for me, I've got the Milwaukee ecosystem. Let's go over here. I've got the Milwaukee ecosystem in the shop. So all my kind of tools are Milwaukee already. So I've got plenty of batteries. But if this works out and it's not fatiguing me too much, this is going to be a big deal for me in here. It's going to allow me to jump outside when we've got the awning up outside and do quick spot repairs on cars. It's going to allow my staff to go off site and do maybe like a bonnet polish and then PPF a bonnet. You know, I can come afterwards and PPF a bonnet. So this could be a big deal for us. So we'll see what happens. Am I convinced at the moment? Not particularly, but with the way that battery tech is moving forward, and I know that the Milwaukee batteries are amazing, this could be fantastic. So this is a great test. I've got a two-stage this whole car. My staff are sick, so I'm on my own. So let's see what we can do. Paintwork is absolutely abysmal. And yeah, it'll be, like I say, couldn't ask for a better test for it. So let's go. This isn't going to be a crazy long video. It's just going to give my findings, what I think about it. I'm going to do the cutting and the refining with it. So it's going to really be, you know, used a lot over the next 2 days. It's going to be on constantly. And we'll go from there, and I'll you know, stop, and I'll give you, my opinion as I'm using the machine with things I do like and things I don't like. So guys, thank you so much for being here. If you're not a follower, please follow, like, and subscribe, and share it to your mates. Let's see what I think. Right, so compound I'm going to be starting with is H8. I'm sure this used to be called H9. Kosh Chemi. This thing, one thing I'm already noticing, look at this. I don't think that that's cool. That feels like if you were to drop that, that feels like a weak point. There's definite play. See that? I hope this can pick this up. In this joint here, which isn't great. So we'll see how that plays out, but that just feels like a bit of a weak spot. Just give this a prime. Okay. Real smooth. Definitely vibrates. Right. Oh, excuse me. And excuse my kind of iffy pattern work there. Obviously, oh, hold on. Obviously, I'm trying to record with one hand and see what the balance is like. But so far, guys, this is a beast. The way it's cutting this paint is unbelievable. The weight so far isn't a hindrance, and it's not, once it gets going, it's not vibrating the same way. Once you get that speed up, it's not vibrating, and like I said, the cut is tremendous. Vibration actually isn't an issue. So far, I've done half an S-Class bonnet and used 1 bar of battery. So I am massively impressed. Could this be the new daily driver? It may very well be. I love how quiet it is, guys. I love the Rupes machines. They're really, and I have to have my headphones on because it drives me back. This, I don't need headphones on. I'm gonna put them on and listen to my music and my podcast. But wow, guys, this is a move. This could be a game changer for me here. And just not having the cable, and I'm free to move. I can, you know, it's amazing. One thing, the only thing I will say, and I haven't done it yet, is this battery, you know, I was worried that I might catch it on a swage, or so far I haven't, but you've got to have your wits about you, especially if you're starting to stretch over there, because, you know, it's quite heavy out there. So, guys, wow. Really, really pleased with this machine so far. Wow, so impressed with this. Just gonna finish this section here. Wow, what a machine. Right, I'm at a really critical point here. Oh, it's nice to have a breather. I'm at a really critical point of this test. So the battery is now diminished down to 1 bar. And this is what I was worried about now, is how bad is the cut, or at all, going to drop off when I get down to 1 bar. And guys, so far, it's flying through it. The cut, I'm so impressed with this machine. The balance is on point. I love this. It's really positive clicks to it, so I can hear and feel what I'm doing. The machine does get quite warm. But what is cool, it vents through the backing pad, so it's actually cooling the pad at the same time. It is a free spinning shroud, so there is absolutely no stall to this. In fact, this stalls less than the corded Rupes machines. Such a powerful tool. So far I've done, I would say, most of this bonnet, but the battery's about to die. So it'll be interesting to see what happens when. So I'm gonna use it until the battery dies. I'm not giving this an easy time. I'm gonna see if I can do the rest of the bonnet with it. I'm then gonna do my first fast charge, swap into the other battery, and see what we can do. So far I'm gonna count how many batteries it takes to cut a Mercedes S-Class long wheelbase. Doesn't really get much bigger. So far I'm still on the first battery. Really enjoying this test as well. And I hope if any of you guys at home, if you're weekend warriors or if you're professionals, if you're going to consider this machine, I can already see it's a definite thumbs up. And now it's just really just honing it, working with it. You know, I'm trying the balance a little bit and absolutely love it. Fantastic, phenomenal piece of kit. And actually the weight isn't bothering me at all. It's so well balanced. It's really, really cool. I mean, let me not risk it, but it really does. They've really matched the weight balance well, so it's not tipping, or it's not, you're not having to hold it off the, you know, watch this battery, or it just floats. Now this is going to be an interesting section because you're holding the machine like so. I could lift the car a little bit more, but let me put myself in a little bit. Can't lift all cars, can this particular one, but some Teslas, for example, are very difficult to lift, and I don't like lifting them. So I want to see what this is like in, you know, a little bit of a precarious. Let's not go too far with it. Let's not shoot too far. So we're gonna go from here. We'll spread as usual. What am I noticing so far? So I'll do a final summer at the end, but slightly disappointed to see that the battery isn't lasting as long as I would have liked. This is my second charge now. The other one's just finished just now. I can see it flashing away. It'll be interesting to see if I can get through a door or two doors on one battery. I would like to. Other than that, so far, this is the new daily driver. I'm gonna need another battery. I need 3 that are constantly on rotation. However, this is a tall order. I'm going straight in with a flipping Grand Edition long wheelbase S-Class, Maybach Edition, whatever you want to call it. So it is a big vehicle, so it is a big test. But anyway, let's jump into this. I'm going to do it without the mask so I can talk you through it. Very smooth machine. Let's just spread it a bit quicker than this. Right, let's pull this up. Very smooth. Store it all. The second stage polish, I would say I did about 70% of the car with this. So I'm starting to learn the pitfalls. I'll do a summary at the end. So now I'm on the second stage using a foam pad, and there is a lot of differences. It's soaking up that vibration a lot more. The battery being on the side does help, and it is actually really balanced, but I definitely have nicked the car twice so far, so that's something that I'm having to get in my head, like keep this side up. And I also find that when I'm polishing, instead of holding it like this because it keeps your elbow up, I end up holding it like this on a flat surface, and this feels quite comfortable. So yeah, I think the biggest thing to just have a little whinge is the batteries. They're going about 45 minutes a time, which isn't a problem, but it does get a little bit annoying going the backwards and forwards. But then on the other side, is there any difference between me moving the cable, replugging it in somewhere else? So that's what you've got to say to yourself. But at the moment, this could be like the new, as I've mentioned before, the new daily driver in the shop. And I love how quiet it is and responsive. But anyway, let me spread this, quite a big section, and then I'm just going to do a little bit of polishing so you can hear it, see how I hold it, and you know, see what I'm learning about this machine. Right? Now, I tend to hold it like so, and just guide it, and then let the weight of the machine do the work, which is great. finishing up this video. Neil is in the background, just going to carry on ceramic coating this bad boy behind us. So I really wanted to finish up the review on this and do a little bit of a summary of what I do like, what I don't like. And the don't likes are actually very, there's not much. One of the things, let's start with the pros. The mobility of it, just fantastic. I love how it feels in your hand. I love the lack of vibration. I love the cutting power. It is, let me be real about this. I'm gonna say it's 90% of a corded polisher, which is incredible. And bearing in mind, guys, I haven't even got the high output batteries. You can get this 5.5 high output. With the high output batteries, I think it's probably gonna match a corded machine. It took, I'm gonna say 7 batteries to do this complete S-Class. Bearing in mind, I only did, so the first one I did 70% of the car, and the second one, call it 50% of the car. Things that, what else did I like about it? Hold on, I'm jumping the gun here. I like, the weight is helpful when you're on a flat, so when you're on a bonnet, when you're on the roof, it's gonna help. However, when you start stretching out like this is a heavy machine and it does fatigue you, does 100%. So that is definitely something that you will need to know. The battery is turned on its side, as you can see, so it's quite a lot of space. Now, obviously this is my first time using a big cordless machine like this. I did touch the car once. I touched the front wing, no damage, but I did touch the front wing. And I didn't do it again, but I found myself being quite nervous of doing that, and at times holding it like this, which is actually really comfortable. It doesn't look it, but it's really comfortable and works well. But this is a definite machine that deserves its place in the shop. It was very expensive, and with the additional batteries, the rapid charger, because you've got to have the rapid charger, otherwise it will take an hour and a half to charge. Battery life, would like to see a little bit longer. I was getting, I would say 50 minutes to an hour max. Not that you can polish with a machine this heavy for an hour straight, so I was having little breaks. So I never found a situation where the battery had run out and I wasn't able to carry on with the other one fast charging. So yeah, that is pretty much it. It's done an amazing job on the car. I will do a final walk around so you can see how the car looks. Obviously it's a Mercedes, hard clear, so it really had its work cut out for it. I'm going to continue to use it on the next jobs. I don't know what that noise is outside, so I hope it's not disturbing the video, but that's us done.